Hey, what's up guys, DiplexHeated again, and welcome back to World of Tanks. Today we're taking a look at the M4A3E8 Sherman tank, nicknamed Fury. There are two variants. There's the regular M4A3E8, and then there's the, M4A3E8 Fury. Haven't really gone into stats and all. I know this is a premium tank, it looks fancy and all. And what you're witnessing right now is actually a replay from the first time I'm playing with this tank. I decided to go in and I told myself maybe I should try this tank out a few times before I start recording. I don't want to seem like a complete noob, and I don't want to make a fool out of myself a second time. But you know, I thought I'd vary things up. My last video was a little more on the fun side. This is going to be a little more on the serious side. Show people that I'm not a complete idiot, as my previous video probably made pretty clear. So I'm just gonna do like a post commentary on what I'm doing, and it's not gonna be a very long video. I hope you guys will enjoy anyway. This is a really nice tank, and what I like straight away about it is it's really fast. I noticed that when I came in. The mouse is clunky, and generally I think that when you play with tanks that are like tier 10 heavy, you know, super heavy tanks, prototypes, you're playing with people who've spent a lot of time getting those tanks, because not everyone out there has like a press account. Obviously the skill level will be a lot higher. I've just spent a couple of hours in this game, and if I join in like a league, you know, it's like me playing Counter-Strike Go against global elites. It just wouldn't make sense. They spend way more time on the game. So playing as a tier, I believe this is a tier 5. I see a V up there in the corner, so that's probably what this is. I'm gonna be matched against players with probably a lower skill level than people playing with tier 10s and whatnot, but it depends on what tank you want to play, obviously. They're all very different. I'm just having a go at this thing, trying out the things. I'm gonna be kind of generous on shooting. I'm gonna open up as much as I can, but I gotta, of course, keep an eye on the ammo there. I can't just spray wildly. But I'm gonna stick to the pack, and I'm gonna make my way up here. There seems to be a lot of enemies here on the western flank, and I'm just scanning the zone to see if I can find some targets. So I think I've kind of found tanks that I found a class that really works well with me, which is medium tanks and not on a tier that's too high, because then I'll be matched against players who have way more experience. So as you can tell, I'm getting up here, giving it some time, and I'm opening up. Just gathering score, doing damage to the enemy, and that's what I want to try and achieve here. Here comes a Crusader, and I could tell it kind of went in for it. I'm not entirely sure what it's trying to achieve, so I decided to go in for the kill. And that's literally my first World of Tanks kill, like, ever. I played with the mouse yesterday and I shot numerous tanks, but this one just seems to be more efficient. Perhaps I wasn't really playing with a tank destroyer. I mean, the mouse isn't really a tank destroyer, even though it's supposed to kind of be able to deliver that kind of damage. That scared the hell out of me, by the way. I was like, alright, we got artillery seared in this, we gotta go. And this probably was one of the mistakes of this round that I made, by actually kind of like spearing ahead and kind of separating myself from the group. I got myself into kind of an awkward position. But first, as I was on my way doing that, I spotted this little guy here, just trying to make his way out of here. I thought he actually stopped behind cover, but apparently not. He decided to stop in the open. Picked the fight with the wrong guy. And now, this is just me legging it and just trying to, like, cover myself with some fire. Try and pin them down. Not the most accurate of a fire that you've seen in your days, and neither have I. I mean, this is kind of just gunning for it, trying to get some lucky hits in here, and I'm unfortunately taking some hits, but at least I made it out of there with half of my HP. So I'm fairly happy. I say I can go at this again. So I'm gonna pull back and see if I can find some teammates that are willing to advance with me. What I see here is what I think is like a jumbo of a sort. It's definitely on like a Sherman chassis. It looks a lot like one. It's probably some, you know, more rare model that I'm not entirely sure what it's called, but it's some kind of Sherman. So that one's gonna be moving up together with the Churchill in front of us. I'm not entirely sure what model that is either. There are probably a lot of variants. These guys have a lot of HP and they look pretty steady and heavy, so I decided to gun it with them. If I'm gonna go down, I might as well go down like a champ. There was an unfortunate miss there, shot over. Could have waited a few seconds, but I thought it was gonna go out of my range. So overall, I'm quite happy with this performance. I'm like, hey, I'm not totally worthless. I just need to play on a lower tier with tanks that suit me better. I will definitely head back and try tanks like the Mouse again, kind of those super heavy tanks. But once again, I mean, you're playing against players who are a lot more skilled than people who kind of, you know, who max out at tier 5 or so. People who spend a lot more time, and you're gonna be up against a lot stiffer competition. This pissed me off a bit because I was about to get, I could have like added 2 more kills to my list here, but unfortunately those 2 tanks were killed just before I could aim in and zero in on them and ultimately shoot. But we're gonna continue moving up here. And at this point, I knew there were artillery. Well, not now. I got to it just around the corner here. As me and this guy was moving down. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, all right, we're under fire. We're being shot at from somewhere. I had no idea from where, but I'm going to utilize my speed here and maneuverability to just get as close as possible. Really digging this this EC8 here. It's a really nice tank. Had a lot of fun with it. Maybe you guys can know what the big difference between the premium version Fury is and the regular EC8. I would love to know, just for reasons you don't know. But anyway, like, I mean, if like the premium tank would be so much superior to the regular variant that that this is like an unsurprising, that it's like a surprising performance from an EC8. But still, moving up to the gun up here. I think that's a Vespe or Martyr. I'm not entirely sure. It's one of the two at least. And when I got up here, I realized there was another tank on my right. I think I spotted it later on the minimap there. I was like, oh shit, well, I gotta get close, otherwise I'm gonna get zeroed in. If I get close enough, I saw it now, I was like, oh shit. Not entirely. You never know when you're being targeted, which is always the fright. A shell could hit you any moment. I noticed that it did a lot of damage, and he missed me. I knew I was gonna be able to finish him off, especially when he started moving. I'm not entirely sure what his goal was with that, to try and get away. He should have just waited and tried to zero me in, but really impressive loading speed and overall just damage. Really, really happy with this. As you can tell, I'm doing kind of like around the 400-500 mark in damage. The Mouse did about the same, which is a bit of a shocker, it seemed. Because, I mean, yesterday we were up against a lot of tier 9s and tier 10s, but couldn't just deliver enough kill shots there. Took a long time reloading as well. But there we go. We finished up the Hummel. I was barely just going out of that alive, like 50 HP remaining. That was almost pure luck. Really happy with my performance though. I hope you guys are as well. If you want to see more of these kind of gameplay videos where I actually do well, I'll definitely be sure to do that. Hope you guys don't mind this post commentary. I just thought that replay was really good, and I wasn't gonna try and achieve such a thing again, which I surely will in the future. But I just thought, hey, 4 kills in a round like that, first time playing with the tank, literally like the 4th game in World of Tanks. I'll take it. I'll take it. So thank you guys for viewing this kind of short video. Don't forget to check out the link in the description, get playing, and I'll see you guys soon again. Bye.